Hello, this is Tom Britt. West Tennessee PBS is working hard to bring you more local shows and quality PBS programs. And they need your financial help because they don't run commercials, they rely on your support. It's easy to donate. Go to their website, westtnpbs.org, and click on the Donate tab. Your donations to Channel 11 stay local and help WLJT-TV continue their mission to be as local as possible.
All right, it's me again. Are you ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? All right. With more than 30 years of experience in educational leadership and human capital growth, Leigh Mansberg serves as the president of Junior Achievement of Memphis and the Mid-South. A rabid University of Memphis fan, where she received both her undergraduate degree in liberal arts and her master's degree in education. Mansberg is an advocate for the entire Memphis and Mid-South area. Passionate about serving and improving the lives of children, she does this by forming dynamic and unlikely partnerships that focus on talent and growth and development in order to improve outcomes. Her fundamental belief is that every experience and every opportunity is a chance for a child to grow and to learn. Before joining Junior Achievement, she most recently served as the Chief Operating Officer of Epicenter, the Memphis region's entrepreneurial hub. Prior to her role at Epicenter, she served Bridge Capital, Shelby County Schools, and St. Mary's Episcopal School. Her community work, when not serving Junior Achievement, focuses on empowering the voices of the diverse citizens of the region. She currently serves as the lead writing coach with Reach Memphis and serves on the board of First Aid. So let's give a warm Rotary welcome to Leigh Mansberg.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's such a pleasure to be here. I've had an amazing morning already learning about your community and was at Melissa's, the new CTE Innovation Center that is one of the most incredible examples of education and dynamic thinking. If you haven't toured it and you want to have hope for the future and the inspiration of all your children to go to jobs that are future-looking jobs, please get out there to tour it. Teresa McSweeney gave me and her team the most incredible tour. Highly recommend you do that. And it's also been wonderful, and I loved learning about your work. I am a child of a polio-affected family. Fortunately, my grandfather survived it, but we have been an advocate of alleviating and eliminating polio as a family throughout our lifetime. So it's just wonderful to get to hear of your commitment to that. But today I am here to talk about Junior Achievement and what our partnership is and vision for West Tennessee. So I want you to check out those, and I want to kind of level set just a little bit. Senator, it is wonderful to be here with you. The great state of Tennessee is an investor in our work. We are located across 5 offices in Tennessee and currently serve 63 of the 95 counties in Tennessee. So deeply honored to be here with you and other friends that previously served in the legislature that I've had the opportunity to meet today. But our theme today is Every Child World Ready, and what does that mean for West Tennessee? So I know that our organization is called Memphis in the Mid-South, but my real concern is that concept of the Mid-South and what it means for us to grow together as a powerhouse that is West Tennessee. So hear me now. I want the children of Jackson to stay in Jackson, to build an incredible economy in Jackson, because we all get better. When Jackson thrives, everybody around you thrives. So we all need to thrive, but we got to do it together. There are simply not enough resources for Jackson and Madison and Memphis to fight over resources. Instead, we have to ask, how do we leverage together to create opportunity for Jackson to be its best version of itself? Because you all know, I don't need to sing your love language. Y'all are about to explode. I mean, it is coming and coming fast. Every time I'm in town, it looks different. New things are popping up, and it's so impressive. So I want to tell you about Junior Achievement and the conversation we're having in West Tennessee. So what we mean by Every Child World Ready is that we believe every child, so I am this excitable every day. Every day, this is, the team kind of ducks and covers because I love to go to work. Because when you wake up loving to go to work, it means you got to pick. When you are forced into work, because for survival, it just becomes a job. And we don't want that for anybody. We want people to be excited and to see opportunity and to see. I had an amazing conversation at Robinson Toyota today about his partnership with TCAT and about the pathway program he creates with TCAT. And that's the kind of work that we're talking about right here. So the Junior Achievement is about how we create opportunities for every child. So this picture is really important to me because it's a quote from Bishop Oscar Romero, and the concept is that we must plant seeds for a future not our own. And what that means is that I've got to do all this work, and Sabrina is a wonderful partner. We've already started working together. We are planting seeds for results that none of us in this room may even see. But if we don't plant them, the future will not be there for our children. But we know that finding futures and calculating the possibilities of those futures is hard work. So these are some of my favorite people. So how many of you are educators? And by the way, I love having students in the room. I was a high school English teacher. Raise your hand if you're a classroom teacher, if you've ever taught. Okay, yay, thank you, everybody. So when you're a teacher, what is really selfish about being a teacher is that, and I had the privilege of teaching my own daughters, if it's going to be good enough for my own daughters, they're the top two up there, then it's going to be great for everybody else. So the little person down there is my first grandchild. So grandmothers are the most selfish of people because we want the world to literally be perfect for our grandchildren. Andy's the first boy in all of time in the family. So sacred one, Abraham, right there, that actually is his name. His name is Abraham. He likes to say, he introduces himself as baby Abby. But everything I create for him, the children next to him are who are getting the recipients of that. So it's never good enough. And so I want whatever I want for my grandson, I want for every other child I serve. Excellence. So, but we are a 3-region approach. So I want you to know that what I said earlier, y'all are very, very important. Jackson is incredibly important to West Tennessee. So know that I see that and I'm fighting for that. But I also see myself as an economic developer. And that's an unusual thing. I believe teachers are the front line of economic development. But guess what? No teacher is trained as an economic developer. Most children, the bulk of our state's children, will not matriculate to 2 and 4 years. We don't judge them for that, but that means that their teachers were the single most important point of contact for them joining the economy at age 18. So we are working to make sure we protect that. So that is actually the map of what we serve. That is 71 counties. Y'all are at the more western, northern side of that, but you'll notice there's a reason for that. There are 657,000 kindergarten through 12th grade students in that footprint. If the region is going to be powerful, truly powerful, which means we are recruiting industry, our children are excited to join those industries, and they see themselves as having potential. All 9 of you in this room as high school students, I hope you see yourselves in that map, and saying, we're going to own this space. We are going to turn this into our space. But we can't do it if 657,000 children think about the future differently. So I need to provide resources to Madison County that you need. Has nothing to do with Memphis. It has to do with what do you need to be strong and a part of a knit-together network. Because that river that runs down the middle of that, the railway lines, the roads, and the runways, if we can produce all we want to produce here, if it can't move, we won't thrive. And our children have to understand that. So that's the work we're doing. So what do we do together? It is about, I think I heard your president say it earlier, We have to leverage our resources. We have to all take what everybody's doing. We don't need to fight for it. We got to get out of each other's way. So I wanted to share with you what we do and how we're doing it. There are 3 pillars: financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and work readiness. We are the only organization doing all 3 of those things for kindergarten through 12th grade. We think our kindergartners should be talking about right now what they want to do when they grow up. And very few people are doing that. Y'all have, Melissa's is the only middle school center I've seen like it in my career, and I hope it gets spread. Senator, let's build them all over the state, because we will excite middle school students to want high growth, high wage tech careers, because they're gonna know how to do it, and Jackson's gonna lead the way in that. It's the most exciting educational space I've seen in a long time. I'm sending my staff back up again to see it. So with our curriculum, what we look at it as is K through 12. K through 8 is a mindset. We want children to understand some basic concepts before. You have an amazing network. I heard 9 very different high school frameworks in here. What if all of your 8th graders knew what those resources were? And by the end of 8th grade, we want a child to know, I like working outside. I like working inside. I like words. I like numbers. I like to work by myself. I like to work in a group. Those are actually very important things about picking a career, particularly, once again, if your career doesn't take you to a 2 or 4 year university. In high school, if you are not matriculating to a 2 or 4 year university, you must be able to navigate life safely and well. It is not enough to go to work at Toyota Manufacturing or Blue Oval, get paid these incredible salaries they're talking about, and not be able to manage your money. You must be able to live independently. And that's what Junior Achievement partners with our partners to do. Things we know about Junior Achievement: 92% believe that they can achieve their goals. The more of our curriculum, the better. My favorite one is next to it. 64% of average Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 46% of students who've had multiple engagements with Junior Achievement curriculum live paycheck to paycheck. That's when that differential right there is when people start building retirement accounts. It's when people start taking advantage of the benefits in their workplace because they have the discretionary income to do those life-changing things for their families. So our work pays off. We know that our alumni are likely to have more advanced degrees, but look at those bottom 2. Well, first thing we hear, and we partner with hundreds, there are more than 250 businesses across the state working with Junior Achievement across the state. And the number one thing we hear is, wow, you trained all those kids great. They are terrible employees. They don't want to come to work. They want to work from home. They want to do this. They want to do that. And the question is that they're not terrible employees. They're different employees. But they have to work on that work ethic. Junior Achievement does that. And we also help them in their career decisions. We are built to scale. In West Tennessee, we have 2 types of ways we work, either with the school district or with community partners like the Boys and Girls Club. Woo! Things we do is we provide curriculum, but we're not a curriculum company. We are a school without borders. So essentially, for example, the Tennessee legislature requires econ, a semester of econ, a semester of personal finance, and middle school and high school career education. Junior Achievement, because of, and thank you once again for the state investment, can provide that at no burden to schools that are Title I eligible. If they aren't Title I eligible schools, it is almost no charge whatsoever because we are Tennesseans of Tennessee. We care. It isn't about, we're nonprofit. All of our leftover money gets reinvested to more bold work. And that's why we're here. We work closely to design. It is not about us, it is about you. So we sit down and get quiet and we make a plan and partner with the district. And then we personalize it and make it pretty cool for them. So most importantly, though, is that we listen. We don't pull out. We are here to stay. So just a little bit about our framework. We want every child to love what they do And we want them to say, this is what I want to do, to get up every day and do that. And we do it through some interesting frameworks. We are very concerned about agriculture. We serve a lot of rural communities, and we want our children to know you don't have to get your hands in the dirt to be in agriculture. These are high science careers. We are producing at Picksuite big things, and you don't necessarily have to be out there doing that. You can design the machinery. There are a lot of things you can do. And we do it design to production, all those amazing things. I drove by Georgia Pacific today. All those amazing things produced out there, that is a lot of engineering going on. And if you go by Melissa's, those 7th grade students are designing conveyor belts. Like they're actually 7th graders are designing miniature conveyor belts. That is so cool. That is just so cool. They have robotics competition fields. You can tell I was blown away. If you would, I think I'll be one of the first speakers, and I'm going to encourage all the students, everybody get your phones out, and I need you to go to a website. I hope the internet in the building can sustain it. I want you to go to connect.ja.org. Connect.ja.org. Connect, and it's up on the screen, connect.ja.org, and you should come to a slide that looks like this. Look a little different on your cell phones. Because of investment from us from the state, for example, this website is available to all of you to use now. And it's kindergarten through 12th grade appropriate. It has financial literacy curriculum. I know that there's an entrepreneurship center at Melissa's. And now there's a business plan they can use. So if you have a little kid who wants to open a lemonade stand, please go on there to Build My Business Plan and help your child build a business plan before they go to the bank to ask for a $10 investment, which is called the Bank of Mom and Dad. So there are amazing resources in this. Please send it out to your church groups, embed it on your websites. This is meant, if you never call me again and you don't like me at all, just please use this. They are child-centered appropriate. And I want y'all to hear that. That's actually really important. There's a lot of stuff you can use that is inappropriate for children to be a part of. These are developed by educators for children and reviewed for their appropriateness to be. There's also a career exploration as well called Here to Career so that children can review local careers. Real quickly, because I want to watch my time, I just want to walk through real quickly what our programs are for K through 8 as we build that mindset. JA Our Neighbors, Meet the Mrs. Rogers of Junior Achievement, introduces children to entrepreneurs from throughout our region. That's Dr. Teresa Leary Handy. This has been used all over the country because we know we need to also build those. We don't need too many blue ovals. What we also need are small businesses. They are the lifeblood of a community, and they are how our families build generational wealth. And we want every child who gets a certificate. We had a young man work with us building light switches. He's like, this is the most fun thing I've ever done. And I said, well, what are you going to do now that you can build a light switch? He says, oh, I'm going to go work for an electrician. I said, but don't you know you can own the electrical company someday? And then you can give it to your children and your children's children? And he said, all because I like to build light switches? I said, yes, sir. All because you like to build light switches. And by the way, the state of Tennessee will pay for you to get certified because 30 hours are covered under Tennessee Promise. So part of Junior Achievement's work is making sure we are driving our students into amazing programs that our Tennessee Board of Regents has already created and has waiting for them. In our capstone experiences, this is JA Biztown. This building is in Memphis. Hopefully we will have mobile versions of it. But what this is children come and run a town. They become CEOs, CFOs. Everybody votes because we teach them that is your one power in this world. Our CEOs, just so you know, all the CEOs in the room, we do require that our CEOs pays for everybody to go and vote during this work day because we do want everybody to vote. We also tell them that taxes are good. Hold accountable those people that spend your taxes. Pay attention and read. Understand how the system works. In Finance Park, children come back. This is also a virtual program. Children will be given a job and 2 paychecks, and they will have to run through 12 budget drivers, and they don't get to live on credit. So that's the way they start to learn what a job pays for. At JA Inspire in grade 8, y'all have an amazing program. P2P, which just happened a couple weeks ago. This is our version in Memphis of that, but we also have a digital career book. So what we do is, if a district says, we love our P2P, and we're like, we do too, but we can give you some more assets to work with it. So it's not about, we're not fighting or competing for anything. We're just trying to make everything you're already doing, maybe we can give you some more resources to add to that. And then we come to high school. This is one of my favorite things, so we are building a career institute. Check out, so my husband's name is Danny, and if any of you look up Danny Mansberg and call him because I said what I'm about to say, I'll hunt you down. So here's the thing. I am a career educator, and I brought some digital education. I've been doing it my whole life. When the pandemic came, I knew that there would be a higher demand for digital courses. Then I knew that we were going to have challenges in our universities with enrollment. Like, we knew this was coming. And I knew that children still needed to be equipped with the tools if they chose not to go to 2 or 4 year. So I designed 10 high school business courses. Here comes the terrible insult. I designed 10 high school business courses, and my husband's an economist, by the way, that are so easy to teach, even Danny can teach them. So, thank you for laughing. They're so easy to teach, my husband can teach them, and why is that? Let's go back to something I said earlier. No high school teachers are really trained to teach a business course. The state, you heard me say, the state of Tennessee requires every high school student to graduate with a semester of econ. And it's a really good course, but who's really equipped to teach it? Well, what a school can do is allow somebody like my husband, who won't be paid, to come in and sit in the room with the teacher who is paid, to come in every day. I provide the website for him. He trains and practices for 15 minutes every night. That's all he has to do. He shows up to Ridgeway High School behind Wells Fargo where he works, and he teaches econ for 45 minutes. And then all of a sudden, we start creating some powerhouses, right? We meet kids. So we have 10 courses like that. We have multiple schools that use all 10 of them. And the kids love them. So we're really excited to have these available. And so we are really, what it is, we are still just getting to know. What's my ask? People are like, what's going to be your ask today? My ask is keep investing in the amazing public schools and private schools, wherever your child may be educated here. Keep asking, how are you doing career education? What more? Ask your community partners, what more can we be doing? How can I leverage my business? How can junior achievement be a part of that? I don't know. I would love to share more with you. What I want to say is please keep doing the amazing work you're doing. Believe that West Tennessee, I believe, should be, I'm completely biased. I'm a rabid Memphis Tiger fan, by the way. There's a certain state and coach who should never be mentioned in my presence. And those of you who know basketball know who it is. But I do believe we should be the grandest division. I do believe that. And that comes through economic development, and it comes through an empowered workforce, which are our children. They are our children. Let's keep building it. I hope Junior Achievement can be of service. Set up time. If you're in Memphis, let me know. If you want me to come up here, I burn that highway up. I would love to come and meet with you and know and just learn you about why you love this community so much, because Jacksonians love their community, and I love that about you. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to be here.
The program you've been watching was made possible through the generous financial support of West Tennessee PBS viewers like you. Please visit westtnpbs.org and make a donation today so that we can continue to make local programs like this possible. Thank you.